Hey, this is Challan, and this is going to be an interesting video. I've got this question over and over for the last 20 years. Which way is better to build? Should I build my business based on personal recruits going wide, or should I build maybe a little bit less personal recruits and build through depth, going really deep in my organization? And so I want to put together this training video. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's very powerful. And I've got to go through it in detail because it's a very controversial subject. You know, the majority of people out there, especially seven-figure earners, they're always going to tell you the only way to build a home-based business is to go deep. You want to build through the center of influence of people. In fact, let me just draw it out here for you real quick. Is this right here, Clayton? Okay, so let's just say here's you in building deep, and I got it right there. So going deep works like this. So here's you. You recruit obviously this first person, and I'm going to make it in dark. So that's you. So your personals are colored in like that, and then you know the way that going deep works is you're going to help this person. You're going to train them. You're going to answer their questions. Maybe do some three-way calls with them. Maybe do a presentation with them, and then you're going to help them by doing all that with them, or pretty much for them in the beginning. You're going to recruit some people if you're good at it, okay? And if you're a leader yourself. So you're going to bring in this person, which is their new person. So now you've helped recruit this person. It's great for them and great for them as well. But usually, guess where the three-way calls go? They go to you. Guess where the questions usually go? To this person. So again, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's a great way to build a business. And of course, you could start helping build a relationship with this, because traditionally in network marketing, you know, leaders know this, that this person might quit. Right? So you want to keep going deep through relationships and help this person bring in this person, and then this person bring in this person, and maybe do a lot of three-way calls and build this way and build this way. And you keep going deep and deep and deep in your organization. And then ultimately, you find a leader. Now, sometimes it's 20 levels deep, if you're lucky. Sometimes it's 100 levels deep, but it's absolutely worth it. This model of network marketing is the most traditional, solid way to build over the last 80 plus years. So it's proven, and I'm not here to say it doesn't work. But here's what I've learned about this model that is something that helped me learn a different way to build, another way to consider building a home-based business. So normally what happens is these people, again, they go to you for help. They go to you for questions. They go to you for, hey, this isn't working, or hey, what do I do here? Or hey, I got a person that I need you to talk to, or hey, you know, and then again, you're trying to build relationships with all these people. Your phones are usually ringing off the hook, and almost every time, no matter how much money you ever get to, whether you finally get to a six-figure or even a seven-figure income, you get to a point, maybe it's 5 years from now, maybe it's 6 years from now, but almost always, I've tracked this industry for many years, and I've studied and I've coached with some of the top earners in this industry, and they reach a point where they look at that phone and it rings from this guy way down here, there's really good people, and their phone is just ringing off the hook. Why? Because everybody is reliant on you. The system is you. People always say systems are duplicatable. People are not duplicatable. But the reality is, you know, yes, there might be some training in your company and some getting started training and some presentations. I'm sure there's a lot of leverage. But really, how you start to build your business is how you'll be doing your business in a year from now. And how you'll be doing your business in a year from now is the way you'll be doing your business model in 3 years from now, in 5 years from now, and 10 years from now. So people are always trained to go to you. Now, obviously, the way that it really works, the way that you want it to work, is sooner or later, you're going to find a leader here. And this leader, you know, it's going to take some time. Traditionally, it takes a leader anywhere from 1 to 3 years, sometimes 3 to 5 years, depending on the people, because to become a true leader, this is assuming they've never been in the industry before. Someone that needs to learn how to increase their people skills, their leadership development, learn how to lead an organization, learn how to handle conflict and challenges, and learn how to keep this ball rolling. So sooner or later, you tap-rooted enough, you went deep enough, you spent the months, the years of dealing with all these people that quit, of all these questions you asked, of all these tap-rooting and presentations and three-way calls, ultimately looking for this person very deep in your organization. And when you find 1 or 2 people deep in your organization, you could build a huge business. So does this business model work? Yes. Is there anything wrong with it? No, again, it works. It's a great way to build relationships. It's a great way to build income. What I found though, for most people, is it's not a great way to have leverage. It's not a great way to have time, at least in your first many, many, many years. And here's the other thing that I've learned though too. Let's say in 5, 10 years, you finally start getting tired. You have many leaders deep in your organization. When people sense that the main leader is not working anymore and not taprooting and not in the game, it may take time, but it slowly, in many situations, not all, but in many situations, can start to unravel. This leader goes, what is this guy doing? He's not really working anymore. He's just at the beach. Because the culture from the beginning was work, 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 drive deep, deep, deep. How many calls you doing? How many hours you working? Are you working 6, 7 days a week? It's a culture. It's a mindset that leads to burnout. And sooner or later, these people are gonna stop. Whether they have to because their adrenal glands are shot, whether they have to because they're emotionally fried, whether they have to because they're not having a good relationship with their spouse, or maybe having a divorce or something like that. I've seen it over and over and over and over. So again, the industry works. This model works for making income, but you've got to be a workaholic, a workhorse. And I see these young guys getting in that are able to do it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And then I'm telling you, I've been down this road. I started in this industry when I was 21 doing this. I did it for 10 years until I had my wake-up call, where maybe you've heard my story where I had both my cars repossessed and I couldn't get it going to save my life, because I knew that if I recruited this person, I knew deep down in my subconscious, I knew what it took. I knew how many more years I had to go until I can start maybe finding these leaders and then cultivating these leaders. It was a process again that I wasn't willing to do this route anymore. Even if it worked, even if it's very successful, even if most 7-figure earners will tell you this is the best way to go, okay? So I wanted to do a little bit of a hybrid, and let me explain the difference of a little bit more of how I go. Can you see this right here? So here's another way that you can choose to build your business, and for me, it's a lot happier. So you personally enroll this person, personally enroll. So it's more of you are personally going wide. So again, this is called going deep. This is called going a little bit wider. Now, it doesn't mean, depending on your compensation, it doesn't go lower. Okay. It doesn't mean that you are going wide, because it depends on your compensation. Going wide just means personals. You're going wide, or you're going, in fact, I think they need to change that word, but it means you're enrolling a lot of personals. Here, you might enroll, there's people that make millions of dollars enrolling 20 people or 10 people or 15 people. Why? Because it's not about you, it's about who they know and who they know and who they know and who they know. It's taprooting, and again, works. But here, you're bringing in a lot more personals, and you think that it's a lot harder to bring in more personals. Let me change my marker here real quick. By the way, we just did this, I didn't even shave for this video, but I wanted to do this because I've got this question that came up with a friend of mine here in the office. All right, so you're going deeper with personals. Now, and then these people, obviously, they're bringing in their personals as well. Now, and then they're bringing in their personals, and of course, they can do that here. You're gonna get other people duplicating there too. But here's the difference. I always tell people always say this to me, are you gonna be there for me? I go, I'm truthful. If I recruit you, am I gonna be there for you? I don't know. I might get hit by a bus tomorrow. I might get sick. I might go on a missions trip for a year. I'm a human. People do things, they change, they take breaks, they get emotionally sidetracked, they have physical challenges. You cannot guarantee that this person or any upline, I've heard that for so many years, it's all the pressure, so much pressure put on a human being, on an upline, to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week as the part of the system. What I've learned to do from 2004 and beyond, when I lost everything, not just financially, not just having my cars repossessed, not just losing everything from a bank account perspective, but losing things emotionally, going through depression, going through a pity party, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I learned to say this. If you really want to create wealth while having a life, if you really want to be on the beach with your kids, and not have your phone ringing off the hook 24 hours a day, or at the soccer game, or at the dinner table. I can't tell you how many times many years ago I used to be having dinner with the family. It's like, oh, I gotta take this call. See ya. I gotta go. And I'm at a restaurant, and no matter what, I'm in a movie theater, my phone rings. Oh, I gotta take this. This is a three-way with my new guy that's 200 levels deep, you know, in 5 states over. And again, I gotta take this call. Because if you're not there, the system breaks down. And guess who blames you? Guess who blames you? These people are, the system is you, because you're the one that does the three-way calls. You're the one that does the questions. You're the one that answers the question. And these people aren't ready to do it yet. Some people try to push them out there to do it, but a lot of times they're not ready for it. So the way that I teach people is here's the system. Okay, so here's the system over here. Here's the system over here. Now I know what people always say, systems are duplicatable, people are not, right? You've heard that. And these people, they will tell you all day long that their system is not them, but a huge piece of that system. Now they may have outside training, they may have software, they may have marketing systems, they may have all those things that look like it's a system. But a system is not a software, it's not training, it's not leadership development, it's not a culture, it's not any of those things completely. It's all of those things that come together from a strategic leader that knows how to pull them all together and take themselves out of the equation and let the system truly do the heavy lifting so you don't have to, okay? So what I teach people is, hey, the presentation's here, the training is here, the simple message is here, the communication's here. If you have a question, it's here. If you have a question, if you want to know how something works, if you want to know, so everything is here, like the CRM, the software, okay? The simple messages, the presentations. So I teach people how to fish themselves. So we have videos that teach them, like literally if I was teaching someone how to fish, I'd say, okay, here's the hook, here's the bait, you put it on this way. Same thing with when I teach my team. It's like, all you have to do is connect with people. See, we teach this system. Here's the plan. It's called a 3-step map. And all you have to do is connect with people, share a simple message, and help people get started. Did it show off, Clayton? No. Okay. So you just have to, so we have a plan, we have a software, we have training, we have a community. And see, here's the whole key to the system. The whole key to the system is, my job is, so let me back up real quick. You know, here these people are building relationships, and I'm telling you that it becomes very superficial a lot of times. Not always, because there's good relationships that are built there. I built great relationships with people, but you can only build so many relationships before your family's suffering, before your spouse is suffering, before your health is suffering. You know, it becomes where you're forced to make all these relationships, right? And here's what I've learned. They build these relationships because they want people to stick around a long time, and they want to build that trust factor, and that's important to do. But what I've learned is I want to give people every single thing that they need to succeed, with or without me. And that should be your goal too. I want to give them all of the, because people have challenges, they have emotions, they have fear, they have roadblock. So you create a culture and a communication. You got to have amazing communication. You got to have a communication system where you can text people, where you can email people, where you can do a Facebook group with people, where you can send them cards, where they continually feel the connection, or like we do at our church, our touch, right? Our pastor teaches people, when you go between the time you reach the parking lot, by the time you sit in the seat, you're going to be touched 7 times. Now, sometimes it's physically, you know, people are always patting you on the back when you come in, or they're waving to you. Another person will wave to you, you know, when you're coming in the building. There's someone opening the door for you that's patting you on the back, shaking your hand, giving you a big hug. It's 7 touches. There's no way the pastor can go deep and build all those relationships with all those people. But I trust the pastor. I like the pastor. I learn from the pastor. I grow from the pastor. I feel like I know the pastor, but guess what? I really don't connect with them personally. Why? Because he has a system where he gives every emotional need that I need to be fed, to learn, to grow, and all that. Now, of course, there's home groups and other things like that, which we, in this culture, just like church, We build that kind of culture. So it's not like we're just doing the old school thing that doesn't work either, just recruiting a bunch of people, throwing them up against the wall. No, I believe my system has the highest retention, the highest duplication, and it gets people strong fast. And now again, I'm not saying this is how you should teach kids how to swim, but it just came into my mind. And I don't like this method either, by the way, so I don't know why I'm even saying it. But my dad taught me how to swim by going like this. Actually, I didn't even think I learned. I think I was drowning and he had to save me. But that's not what I'm talking about here, just throwing people in. You throw them in the water, but you let them have a life vest, and then you teach them how to get rid of it as fast as possible. Here, you might grow and build some more stability your first 6 months. I always tell people this is stronger your first 6 months. It traditionally is. Why? Because these people are a little bit on their own, a little bit more. They have to learn to go here and go, oh, I need to say it better. Go to the boot camp. I need to figure out how to connect better. Go to the simple message, the 3-step map. I need to learn how to organize my prospects better. Plug them into the software. I need to learn how to have more accountability. Plug into the boot camp as well. So I'm stuck with this question. I got this objection. Great, plug into the coaching call that we do pretty much throughout the day. See, my team can reach me almost every single day. Now, it's not one-on-one usually, but it's with 50, 20, 100, 200, 300, 400 people at a time where any one person on my team can go, I have a question. Great. And everybody knows to jump on those calls or write a question where I could do a video for it. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that we create on questions that people got, so we can just send them a video like, well, I got the objection like this is a pyramid scam. What do I do? Great, video 55. Or how do I connect with people if they say this? Great, video 56. Does that make sense? So my whole mindset is, how do I take myself out of the equation? My whole goal is within a few years, I want to keep my production up. I want to help the duplication grow. I want the retention to be amazing. And I want people to go, Tom who? Where'd that Tom guy go? And it doesn't matter because the people don't need me. If I'm not working, they don't know. All they care about is my results. And I'm telling you, you can work so less hours by just enrolling people. You can get to the point where you can enroll 2 people per week and literally work 5 to 7 hours a week doing it, and all the heavy lifting, the training, the support, the communication, the leadership, all that, the events, the recognition, because we'll still do events, we'll still do the recognition. And oh, by the way, it doesn't mean that once in a while we won't do a 3-way call. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to build relationships with these people. I love the people on our team, and so should you, but I get to choose more. I don't have to deal with this negative Nelly just because he's on my team. I don't have to build a relationship with Bob from Idaho just because he's on my team and just because I'm connecting with him and just because I helped enroll him, right? I can choose the relationships that I want to create, the natural, genuine relationships, because it's not predicated on that relationship for them to be successful. It's not predicated on the time that I spend with them for them to be successful. I got a system that's way better than I ever could be because it's not me. It's all the leaders that are coming together and all these people that are plugging into it and then ultimately will be contributing to that culture. So you literally can spend a lot of time just bringing in new people. And I'll tell you, the math financially and the volume. Imagine if you had 100 wide here, okay, 100 wide, 100 personals, and let's just say you had 10 personals here. Can you imagine the income if all of these people were being trained? All 100 were plugging into a system without you. Can you imagine if, you got one person doing 10,000 volume, one doing 1,000, one doing 100, one doing 20, and you have a whole army of well-trained people. And here, same thing will happen, but again, it could take a lot longer, and here's another thing about this model. I don't know what it is in today's model, why this might not work as well anymore, because there's 2,000 other companies that are trying to recruit this top leader. They're trying to pay him $20,000 a month guaranteed. They're trying to do all these crazy things to get this one guy in your organization that took you 3 to 5 years to get, 3 to 5 years to cultivate. So I like going really wide and letting the leaders rise up, teach them how to fish, Teach them how to be stronger. Teach them how to rely on a system, because it's not about me just wanting to sit at the beach and do nothing. It's about you too. It's about you too. It's about you being able to spend time with your family. And when your team understands that that's the culture, when they understand that's the expectation, I'm telling you, that's where the freedom comes in. And I will tell you, the last business I built like this, 40,000 active people in 2 years. I recruited 500 people in the first year, and I did it with less than 20 hours as an average per week. I was a #1 income earner. When it comes to multiplication, you can't compete with an army of 50, 100, 200, 300 people wide of personally enrolled when they're all going deep without you. It's just lights out. I almost don't know if I want this video to get out now that I'm doing it. I just want my team to see it, right? If you're getting this video, I'm telling you, this is the answer to, I believe, the future of network marketing. There's so much more to this, and I still have to do a whole course that would take a week, because there's a lot of ingredients to putting together this. Companies hire me a lot of money to put together even a 10% of the system, because there's a lot of ingredients to making a good soup. A lot, hundreds to making the best spice and the best vegetable to put here, and everything has to be perfect to make the best soup in the world. To make the best system in the world, it's taken me 20 years of all the different ways it doesn't work, and learning how to take all those ingredients of communication and loving on people and recognition and training and accountability and events and leadership retreats and all these things that need, and all the staff behind the scene, like one of our superstars behind the scenes, Clayton, right now, that's able to support this. This takes a full-time staff over time, maybe not in the beginning, but over time. It takes a team of people that know how to support all of these people, that can love on these people, that can coach with them, that can train with them, that can answer questions from them, that could do video editing, that could do events, and so much more. So I'm going to stop there. I literally can go for a week with this one. It's my favorite topic. But the one thing I will tell you is, I'm not saying go cold turkey. Please don't do that. If you're with a company, you've been there for a while, you have an upline that's doing this, don't try to educate them on this. They'll just say it doesn't work. They'll just say that you're crazy. They'll say that I'm crazy. I'm telling you, this is out of the box. This is 4-hour work week type stuff. This is leverage. This is the future of network marketing. Not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody's going to understand it. All they're going to get is, you got to work 7 days a week, 3 to 5 years, raise up leaders, work your brains out, jeopardize, sacrifice. That's all there. It's hard to change a mindset. So I'm not saying to go do this cold turkey, because I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot. I still do a lot of these methods. I still will tap, like if I get a superstar down here, I still might taproot a little bit. I still might do a little out of the box things. I don't want to put myself in this too much of a box either, because I want to win. I want to win for people. So sometimes I'll still do 3-way calls. I'll still do some of the traditional things when I need to, when there's a leader that wants me to bring in a leader or a special situation. But overall, if you want to create wealth while having a life, if you want to truly learn to do something that I believe hardly anybody does, that we are going to do, is the more that you live and truly do what you want to do in life, the more that your business can keep working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The more that these people don't even know what you're doing, and they don't give a rip, because all they care about is, can I get what I need here instead of here? And that's where you can not only make a living, but you can start making, the more that you live, the more that you actually can start to earn. So go out there, create wealth for you and your family. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.